Alright, let's go for a ride. Alright, YouTube. Alright, so I had a guy ask me when I was at the gas station that he's looking at buying a bike. So he has got the I just went blank. It's a 400, but it's not like this. It's a naked 400 anyway. Kawasaki Z, I believe is what it's called. Anyway, so he's wanting to upgrade, and he's looking at the ZX6R like I've got, or going to a leader bike. So he asked me, and I'm guessing his age, probably 30, somewhere around there. It's had the 400 for a couple years, and I think he said he had a 250 Ninja before that, and he had it for several years. So it was an older bike. Anyway, so he's asking me about upgrading, you know, going to a 600, or if he needs to go to a leader bike. So my answer to him was, you had the 250 Ninja that you cruised around town for several years, never needed anything more than that. And then you went to the Z400. You don't really care for the naked bike, which was what he said. He wanted the fairing. So, which there, you know, you could get the 400 and the Ninja. And I did mention to him about the new, the 400, I believe it's the RR. But, so I mentioned that bike to him. That just came out, or is coming out this year, or might already be out. But anyway, so I told him about it, that it'd be, you know, quicker than his 400 that he has. But he's dead set that, you know, he needs a step up. So for me, I just told him, you know, if you've been able to ride around on the Jiminy Christmas, freaking got cold. Anyway, if you're able to ride around for several years on 250, not needing anything more than that, and then you get to the 400 and you find out, you know, it's manageable, I like it. And then he's like, now he wants to go to a 600 or a leader bike. I'm like, I can honestly 100% tell you, from riding bikes for a lot longer than he has, and riding several different bikes, that this 600, I would not need anything more than this. I'm not saying the leader bike isn't awesome, and that the leader bike is, you know, really cool bike, really great to be able to go super fast. But I can go super fast on this bike too. So if he's just needing something that's a little bit larger in size and something that he's real comfortable on the highway riding, then I told him that the ZX6R would be his next step up, and I don't foresee him ever needing anything more. Just because, looking at me, I don't need anything more than this. This does every single thing I need to do. It is more than plenty. Now, I don't go out racing a whole bunch of people. and I'm not, you know, trying to compete. So in my eyes, just how easy this is to ride and maneuverability and everything, there's nothing else I would need. And the speed, I don't even push this thing to what it can do. I mean, I'll get on it here and there, but to actually wrap this thing out with RPMs and push this thing to the limits of what it can do, I don't have any place I can do that. I don't have a racetrack around here that I can go that fast. So there's just no need to having the bigger bike for me. So I mean, to me, I just told him that it's completely up to him, but I told him that this 600 is more than I'll ever need. It satisfies everything that I need from the bike. It gives me a way I can ride on the highway, and you know, I have no issues at all with the bike. I can putt around town on it if I want, or I can take it on the highway and have no issues passing anybody at any time. So I think I gave him, you know, the input that he was looking for. I told him if he is wanting a leader bike, you know, then he's got the experience on riding for a few years, so I told him I wouldn't be worried about it, you know, with it being such a big bike or anything, or being a leader bike being too much for him to handle or anything like that. Just because he knows how to ride a bike. So, but I just told him for the difference in the price, to me, I couldn't justify spending that much more to get a leader bike to be able to just go a little bit faster on the top end. And there's really, I'll never see what this thing does on top end. So to me, it just doesn't make any sense. Now to him, it might, you know, and I told him that. So, but after several years of a 250 and a 300 and him being probably around 30 or so, I just told him, you know, I honestly felt like the 600 is more than enough, and there's no reason to get a leader bike. But if he's got money to burn, then what the heck, you know, buy the H2. But seriously though, I don't know, what do you guys think? You know, I mean, I felt like I told him pretty honestly how I felt about the leader and how I feel about the 600. The 600 is more than I'll ever need. So I kind of felt like it was going to be the same for him. You know, the difference that he's going to feel and notice between this 600 is going to be phenomenal. I think it's going to be enough to satisfy him to where he'd just want to stick with it. But since he is questioning about getting a leader bike, then maybe he needs to just buy a leader bike, you know. I don't know. But when people ask me stuff like that, because I've had other people ask me about leader bike or why didn't I buy a leader bike, and I just don't feel the need. This thing is freaking awesome. Now watch me next week. I'm gonna go pick up a leader bike. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I don't see the point in getting anything faster or anything larger or heavier than what this bike is. So anyway, let me know your guys' thoughts. I think the ZX6R is plenty fast enough. That's all you really need. Well, let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. See ya.